A helpful video for a first-time Model Y driver.
This tutorial I'm about to give will be identical to Model 3 and very close to the Tesla Model X and to the Tesla Model S. Come on inside.
All right, let's start with turning it off and on. In the Tesla, it differs from other cars. In fact, there's no start button, there's no stop button, no end, no go, anything like that. You can think of this car as more of like your cell phone. Sure, you can power it on and power it off, but traditionally it's just always on, and as soon as you unlock it, it's ready to use. Same thing with your Tesla. Once you get it in, you just put it into gear and you go. Now, if you're the owner, you probably have a cell phone. Your cell phone is going to act as if it is the key fob. If it's in the car, you're good to go. But if you are a renter or a borrower, or you're just not the primary driver, you're going to have a key card that looks like this. It has to be placed on a sensor in the car here in order to put it into gear. Now, let's say you need the key card. You have the key card here. There's a sensor that you cannot see down here just behind the cup holder underneath the tip of the armrest. You'll need to place the key card right there in order to put it into gear. Once you put it into gear, you can remove this and put it back into your wallet. All right, now let's talk putting your Tesla into gear. Assuming your card is on the sensor or your phone is in the car, come up here, get your foot on the brake. Once your foot is on the brake, all the shifting's gonna come from this right stalk.
So if you will push the stalk down, you can see we'll move into drive. By lifting the stalk all the way up till it clicks, you will put it into reverse, and you'll notice your backup camera comes on. Into neutral is where you'll just either pull or push it down just ever so slightly, not until it clicks. You have to hold it for about 2 seconds and it will slide into neutral. To put it into park, you're just pushing the end of the stalk and the car slides into park.
Next, we'll talk temperature controls. Down here on your screen, you're gonna have a number on the left and the right for the driver and the passenger. If you press this on, it's gonna bring up your temperature display. You have the auto off and on for the seats, the auto off and on for the heated steering wheel, and up here is the auto off and on for the temperature. This is an auto, it's going to naturally regulate to the temperature and the fan speed. If you want to adjust the fan speed on your own, auto, you can turn it down or up here. You can toggle your AC off and on. This is also where you get your front defrost and your rear heat or defrost based on what you select. Again, there you can put heat on the windshield if I'm trying to de-ice in the winter time. Another cool feature the Tesla has is back into the temperature control mode. Once this is on, over here on the right, I have a few options. Keep, dog, and camp. It's just what it sounds like. The keep is going to keep the car at the temperature even if you're not in it. The dog or the pet mode is going to allow you to keep your animal in the car when you're away. We'll keep it on and it'll flash a warning on the screen to show other people that your dog is comfortable. Then the camp mode, again, it's what it kind of sounds like, enables you to keep your car at a certain temperature while you're camping. Next, we'll talk charging your car. First, how do you find a station? You can find these from your cell phone. You can navigate to Tesla Supercharging Station, or the better option is to navigate from your home screen. This will do two things. One, your car will help you just address it here on this big screen, but also it will help your battery precondition that it will charge faster once you get to the charging station itself.
So here you're going to touch the navigation bar. You're going to toggle over in the very top to charging. If you notice, you have 3 lightning bolts on the right and 1 on the left. Those are just filters. I will always filter in the 3 lightning bolts because those are the superchargers going to give you your fastest charging. The single bolts are going to be destination chargers that are going to charge significantly slower. Once you find the one you want, you select it and it automatically puts it into the navigation screen. So you see it pop up there on the left. It shows you your route.
Charging it yourself. This is really simple with the Tesla. Now, if you're the owner, you probably have an account on file with a card loaded to it. If you haven't already, you want to do that right away. Now, if you're the borrower or the renter, most likely your owner's already done that. So you don't have to pay at the pump, you just plug it in and it will automatically bill the owner's account. Let me show you how this goes really quick. The charging port, one of 2 ways. You can press on it itself and the pressure sensor will pop open, or what's really cool is if you press the little button here on the charger itself, it will open your charging port. It's as simple as plug it in and to begin charging on the inside.
You'll notice on the right, there's a green status bar that will show you what percentage your car is charged at. You can also touch this and drag it to the right or left to give you more or less of a charge. Tesla will always recommend charging to 80% for daily driving and only above that if you need to go on a long trip. This is what's considered a high usage supercharge station, which just means this station gets used a lot, so will automatically default your percentage to 80% unless you need longer.
When you're done charging, simply press the button, release, pull it out, and hang it back up. The charging port itself will close on its own, or you can just put a little pressure on it and it will close.
Next, I'll talk to you about some of the controls on the car.
The button on the left controls the volume up or down, whereas pushing the button on the right will bring up your voice control to give voice commands.
Next, I'm going to talk unlocking and locking your car from the exterior. Here on the Ballard, which I'll show you here close in a second, there's an invisible sensor you have to place to your card to lock or unlock. Again, if you're using your phone, just walk away to lock, reapproach, it will lock back. Again, there's this invisible sensor right here. When you take your card and scan it there, it's going to lock the car automatically, and it's going to fold the mirrors. And when you place it there again, it will unlock and unfold the mirrors to indicate that it is unlocked. All right, and lastly, I want to talk about range. How far can you get on a single charge? It's always the question everyone has.
On the Model Y, you see the percentage up in the very top middle of the screen. If you touch, it gives you the estimated mileage.
However, I encourage everyone, use the percentage and not the mile. Again, think of it as your cell phone. You would never take your cell phone and think, oh, how many minutes of use do I have left on this? You'd always say, oh, how much battery life? What's the percentage left on it? Think about your car the same way. So many factors can contribute to how much range you get with your car, just like your phone. If you're using it high brightness and high heat, playing volume loud, you're going to use way more energy and it's going to run dead way faster than if you're not really using it. Sitting stationary, if you're using it on low light, low sound, all these things, you're taking your GPS, all these things you're taking into account for your phone, the same thing with your car. I challenge you to use it as a percentage. The mileage will give you a rough ballpark, but generally speaking, on any EV, particularly the Teslas, you can probably subtract somewhere between 10, 20, maybe even 30% of what that mileage is going to give you based on how fast you drive, how quickly you accelerate, how much auxiliary power you're using in the car. Use the percentage and not the mileage. Hopefully this helps you. If there's something I'm missing or something that this was helpful to you, please like and subscribe, see what else we can help you with on our channel.